to this week's edition of Unpacked. Today we are discussing bank money transfers, which are used for remittances as well as in social cash transfers. Today my guest is Jiembeke Zukeni Ndala, who will tell us more about bank money transfers. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we have seen that there's a lot of activity out there on social cash transfers.
Yes.
What does bank money transfer mean?
Thank you. In simple terms, what bank money transfer means is that giving access to NGOs, enterprise organizations, to be able to send money in huge amounts. So unlike the P2P, person-to-person money transfers, of which we are very much familiar with, whenever we are sending money locally, the banking money payment system gives an opportunity to NGOs, different organizations, rather not just NGOs, to send money to their beneficiaries. Let's say maybe they can be able to send to 500 beneficiaries at once, at a go. So it's more or less even similar to what the current the banks are actually also doing with the online payment systems. The same with the MNOs, the same with us as Mukuru as well. We are also able to do banking payment systems.
Mm-hmm. Now, how can this be well explained in terms of social money cash transfers?
Okay, thank you. So in terms of the social cash money transfer space, it helps in terms of moving away from the traditional social cash transfer. You may be aware that previously social cash transfer was only being done using the hard cash. So government officers would carry the physical cash to disperse to the beneficiaries. But with the coming in of technology, with the coming in of the banking payment systems, clients, organizations, government departments are able to send via the e-payment platform, of which I know the government is also channeling the same, spearheading the same. So it's very beneficial when it comes to social cash transfer. When using e-payment, the e-payment platform, it gives an opportunity, with the agenda of financial inclusion. So most of the beneficiaries that are out in the hard-to-reach areas, they are very much targeted using the e-payment service, and this now entails that the organizations, they don't have to travel all the way to carry the physical cash. They can just use an e-value. So in this space, then the mobile phones are used for the beneficiaries to be able to carry to actually receive their cash.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've talked about the agenda of financial inclusion.
Yes.
Now, how can we employ bank money transfers and enterprise payments platforms to transfer remittances?
Thank you. So in terms of financial inclusion, I believe it's one of the strongest agenda that the government is currently spearheading. This is simply what it simply means is that being able to target the unbanked. So you have got being able to actually to provide the service to the typical rural people where the service would actually be made available. Now, in terms of leveraging between banking payment systems and cash remittances, like I've already said, it gives a platform for different organizations to be able to receive cash. The different organizations to receive and send money to their beneficiaries. Looking at, I think previously, before the e-payment social cash transfer of sending money, there was that P2P aspect of it, person-to-person sending money, which I think over the years it has grown. But now I think seeing the opportunity, businesses have been innovative. They've been able to come up with solutions to say, okay, mitigating risk factors, security, for example, traveling long distances, costs, that incurred a lot of cost. But in this aspect, then it means that organizations are able to by just a click of a button, they're able to just disperse cash right away. So it provides a very good cost-effective when it comes to remittances, when it comes to actually targeting beneficiaries right at the remotest area.
Now, you are working with Mukuru, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, now, how has this done in your organization in line with bulk money transfers and EPP in line with the social cash transfers as well?
Okay, thank you. So, as Mukuru, as you know us, we are a cash remittance business. Previously, I know a lot of people, they know us by sending and receiving money outside, but we have grown over that space. We are now able to do local cash transfers. You are able to send money within Malawi. Within that space, it has given us an opportunity just to respond to our clients, just to respond to our customers, to say that we can also be able to service the corporate side. So Mukuru launched the enterprise payment space, so the enterprise payment platform. So that platform mainly targets the corporate clients that are now able to do back payments, but that are now able to do back payments. In this regards, we are talking of the private sector, government departments, we're talking of NGOs that are actually responding to emergency response. For example, even in the private sector, if they are paying their staff, where if they have some of the staff that don't have bank accounts, they're actually able to use Mukuru enterprise payment platform to make those type of payments.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've touched a nerve in something that has been key in Malawi recently, yes. Like this year and last year, the natural disasters that yes. we've been having. Yeah. Now, how have these projects been working in your organization in partnership with the natural disasters that we'll be having and the work that you do in back transfers?
Thank you. So we have had several partners coming across within the NGO space. We have worked within the NGO space, the agriculture space, as well as the private sector. But just to emphasize mainly on the emergency responses. So yeah, we are working with different NGOs, providing effective back payment solutions. Mainly our service, I think the better part of our service is one thing that we have actually learned is that oftentimes, so these are beneficiaries that have been affected. And when when the NGOs are actually responding to these type of emergencies, one thing that comes to mind is the issue of a withdrawal fee for beneficiaries, of which as Mukuru, we looked at that and we said, no, I think if this is an emergency response, why not have a once-off fee with the client, the NGO in specific, and then let the beneficiary collect the money 100% without a withdrawal fee. So that's how we have been able to provide a solution to say that NGOs can be able to send money to different beneficiaries in the remotest, and then the beneficiary would actually be able to withdraw those funds at our Mukuru booth, and also we are able to make provisions for cash in transit, where we have a team that is able to go on site and to assist. So once the beneficiary has been able to receive a voucher via their mobile number, they would actually be able to interact with a teller on site, and then the teller would be able now to give them their cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, of what benefits are these systems to the individual?
Okay, thank you. So in terms of benefits to the individual, I think the first one that comes to mind is the financial inclusion aspect. Because at the end of the day, within the fintech, the technology advancements aims at targeting, making sure that the service is readily available to each and every individual. So in this aspect, we are very much targeting the beneficiaries that previously were not targeted or were not even thought after. But this time around with back payment system, the social cash transfers that are happening around, you are able to see that people in the typical rural areas are being assisted. But also with that in mind, currently Mukuru, we have just launched our Mukuru wallet, which is now speaking volumes in terms of the financial inclusion aspect. In this way, beneficiaries will now be able to hold their cash. They don't have to withdraw the full amount. They can be able to do a partial withdrawal via Mukuru wallet. They can now be able to store. They can now be able to buy airtime to pay their water bills, electricity, and all these services. So you will already see that the beneficiaries they now have the financial services right at their fingertip.
And now, to Malawi as a country,
Yes.
how have these systems changed the face of Malawi's economy?
I think in terms of Malawi's economy, I think we have seen a growth in terms of the volumes of the in terms of the volumes of the transfers. You would agree. I think I would give an example. For example, the government social cash transfer. I think it all started as a pilot with the 2 districts previously. I think now they are trying to target all 28 districts, and I think now there are over 15 districts now that are able to do social cash transfer using e-payment platform. So already there you would see that in terms of Malawi's economy, the system has been able to actually to make sure that the volumes that are actually flowing within the system, each and every stakeholder is taking part within the system. Not only advancing the technology within the economy, but you are seeing that even reaching out to the majority, reaching out to the masses in the rural areas, that is cost effective nowadays. It means even government departments are able now to save. If let's say, for example, they were saving much on transportation and all other issues, allowances, for example, they would just send via mobile money to send to the beneficiaries. So in terms of helping Malawi's economy, I think, the systems have been able to provide a much more needed service, a much more effective way of actually receiving and sending money as we are developing, as we are growing the economy.
Now, how can people or businesses or organizations utilize your platform in terms of social cash transfers as well as remittances?
Okay. In terms of utilizing our services, we are very, very much customer focused as Mukuru. The enterprise payments platform is mainly targeting organizations that are really looking for back payment solutions. Like I've said, not only just social cash transfers, but you are also able to make payrolls. If you have got, let's say, employees that they don't have bank accounts, you can actually use Mukuru, the enterprise payment platform, to pay those stuff. Even commercial transactions. Let's say within the agriculture space, if you are buying commodities, farmers are able to receive their funds using Mukuru. We are able to provide that service, and then coming now to the social cash transfers, where different NGOs, when they are responding to disasters, they are able now to use, but also on a daily basis as organizations. As we are moving towards digitalization, even when staff are actually going to the field, they can actually be able to receive their allowances, their PDMs using Mukuru, our enterprise payment platform. The good thing is the system is provided to the beneficiary, it is provided to the client. They are able to have full access. They're able to generate their own CSV files. They're able to actually to set in approval levels. So within the system, you would have someone who is able to generate the CSV. Another staff maybe may come in to review, and then you would have a third one who would actually be able to approve. And then they click, beneficiaries are able now to receive messages via their mobile phones. So the benefit of it is that, like I've already said, the first one would be without the withdrawal fee. So it means that different organizations that are actually using our service, there is a cost-saving aspect of it. So normally it would just be a once-off service fee, and then those other additional charges would just be a once-off saving on the client that is actually using the service.
Now we know that money is sweet. The story about money is really good. But then when we look on the other side of things, what challenges do you meet when you are what challenges do you meet when you are operating such, I should say so, on the platforms?
Okay, thank you. In terms of challenges, I think the main ones would be in terms of doing KYC for beneficiaries. we are required to actually do KYC. So most of the times, our system, the other benefit with our system is that you are able to use the national ID. So our system is very strict that if I'm the one to receive money, you cannot receive on my behalf. Yeah, so I have to be Ken going to and receive the cash. So in this case, most of the beneficiaries need to have an ID. If they don't have an ID, then they're not able to transact. Yeah, so that would be the main challenge that we have faced. But I think with the spreading of the national IDs across beneficiaries, there has been an ease. Most of the beneficiaries tend now to have the national IDs. Yeah, but on the plus side of that is that it gives access to the organization to have a full traceability of the transaction. So they are able to trace to see, okay, so and so collected funds at a specific location, the ID is captured. So yeah, the other challenge, the other challenge would be, I think, each and every mobile money service provider is trying to address is the last mile. So we have to make sure that we have the service available at the very last mile in the rural areas, making sure that the service is readily available to each and every beneficiary. So we are working hard, we are working hard with our partners to making sure that we grow our network, to make sure that all the beneficiaries are being serviced in the right way and in the right manner. Yeah.
Now, what's the last word that you can tell people, Malawians, to embrace this platform? What can you tell them?
Thank you. In terms of embracing Mukuru enterprise payment platform, it's a very cost-effective, it's a very effective and efficient platform that is very friendly to use. It gives access and it gives control to the client. You are the client who is actually having the funds. You have full access to your funds. You are able to see your balances. You are able to upload. You are able to stop transactions. You are able to change even names. If you have sent to a long beneficiary, you are able to reverse transactions. So it's a very effective. It's a very effective platform that is here to stay as Mukuru, as we are trying to penetrate the market with our service. And we are looking forward to having more organizations. We are looking forward to working with the government. We are looking forward to working with the private sector in making sure that we are providing cost-effective cost-effective back payment solutions to all our clients.
Thank you so much for giving us this interview on Unpacked.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's how we end this week's edition of Unpacked. I was talking to Mr. Jiebegeso Kendala, who was telling us more about back money and how the remittances can be able to influence the foreign exchange that we much need here in Malawi, as well as the social cash transfers. How have they been key to government activities in terms of social cash transfers and the natural disasters that Malawi has been experiencing? My name is Waopi Mongulu. Until next week, I say keep watching Unpacked and goodbye.